Hi, my name is Elise Wilson-Leedy, and my project is titled Who Do You Trust? Opportunities for Increasing Resiliency and Natural Resource Management. So my project was a case study of the Butte Creek and Sutter Bypass regions in the California Central Valley. And in this region, there's the strongest independent population of Central Valley spring run Chinook salmon, which is a threatened species in California. So water in this region is managed not only for this recovery of the spring run Chinook salmon, but also to support agriculture, a hydroelectric dam, and some urban needs as well. And providing for this diversity of needs becomes especially difficult during times of water scarcity. And due to climate change, periods of water scarcity are becoming more frequent and intense. So to cope with the unpredictable social and environmental impacts of water scarcity, management frameworks must be adaptive and resilient. So through my project, I was specifically looking at two questions. The first of which is, how do threatened and endangered aquatic species recovery projects engage stakeholders concerning water resources? And second, during events of water scarcity, how does stakeholder identity play a role in their ability to influence water resource decisions? So to go about this project, I was interning with the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, otherwise known as NOAA, in their Central Valley office. And with them, I was initiating a status update on recovery actions outlined in the 2014 NOAA Recovery Plan for Central Valley salmonids by reaching out to collaborators on recovery actions. And then for my research, I was doing a thematic public comment analysis of the 2014 NOAA Recovery Plan, as well as interviews with stakeholders, including federal agencies, state agencies, agricultural users, and local organizations, as well as a literature review. So for my first research question, I found that the Central Valley office engages with stakeholders for recovery of spring run Chinook salmon through mediating recovery objectives and actions to the 2014 NOAA Recovery Plan, evaluating and providing guidance on proposed projects and recovery initiatives, and seeking and developing partnerships, namely through the Butte Creek and Sutter Bypass Operations Group. And in this region, involved stakeholders may include federal agencies, state agencies, local organizations, agricultural users, recreational users, and private companies. And all of these stakeholder types expressed interest in collaborating with NOAA and other stakeholders, but recognize three main barriers. The first of which is resources of time and money. The second is limitations of the 2014 NOAA Recovery Plan, such as the clarity of responsibilities and outdated information. And the third of which was the development of trust relationships, especially between governmental agencies and local groups. And this last barrier was something that I wanted to dive deeper into, and that leads us into question 2. So I found through my public comment analysis that local organizations are more likely to express concern related to stakeholder engagement than governmental agencies, as they are more impacted by natural resource management. And drought makes natural resource management more difficult because it strains everything that could go wrong. And so trust relationships make deliberation, compromise, and collaboration easier, which increases the resiliency of natural resource management frameworks. So in general, there are 4 types of trust: procedural, dispositional, rational, and affinitive. But in this region specifically, rational and affinitive trust types are identified as opportunities to be developed. So a rational trust type is trust that is based on past performances and experiences. And then affinitive trust is the personal feelings towards another person. So the implications of this research for the future management of Butte Creek and Sutter Bypass is that spring run Chinook salmon recovery is a common goal among stakeholders, but a lack of trust relationships inhibits the collaborative success. And resiliency can be increased through building the rational and affinitive trust types, which may be achieved through site visits and face-to-face communication. Additionally, several stakeholders identified floodplain habitat restoration as a starting point for developing those relationships, which would create a foundation for that rational trust type development. And then broadly, The implications of my research for natural resource management include that increasing the adaptive and resilient capacity of natural resource management frameworks does not have to be time and money intensive. Even simple conversations help build those trust types. And additionally, identifying opportunities for improving stakeholder collaboration requires analysis of the unique management interests and stakeholder relationships in a region. There's not a one-size-fits-all solution. So I would like to say thank you to my site supervisors, Evan Sawyer and Allison Bosworth, and the rest of the Central Valley office for their support throughout this project. I'd also like to thank my faculty advisor, Chris Anderson, for his guidance and challenging me to think in new ways. And of course, thank you to my friends and family for your continual love and support. Thank you. Oh my God.